Hi everyone, I'm Mike DeLong, and I'm here to tell you about what I thought of all the movies I watched last month. As before, I'm giving you my reviews from least favorite to most favorite. Last month, I watched 3 movies from 2024, 2 awards contenders from earlier in the 2020s, 1 movie from this year, and 2 Criterion releases that make me question the prestige of Criterion. Let me know what you think. The first movie on this list is Kess, and I gave it 3 stars. This might be a generous star rating. It has a decent story, but bad storytelling. I thought this movie was going to be about a boy, Billy, and his bird, but it makes up less than half the movie. It is important to establish Billy's circumstances growing up in a poor town in England with an absent father, overworked mother, and sharing a bed and pajamas with his adult brother, and also the harsh treatment received at school. However, the movie spends too much time with this, including a bloated soccer scene that focuses on Billy's gym teacher, and a night out on the town for his mom and brother that Billy doesn't appear in. What was Billy doing when he's left alone? You could focus on that while intercutting it with glimpses of the drinking hall where all the adults are. That would be better storytelling. The scenes with the bird are very good. I wish the filmmakers focused more on telling the story of how Billy used the bird as an escape from the struggles of his daily life. That's the movie I wanted to see. The performances are mostly done by non-actors, and they're pretty good. The setting and time period are especially interesting. The town the movie takes place and was filmed in is only 15 miles away from where Patrick Stewart grew up. I read his autobiography last year, so that really helped me connect. I don't think this movie deserves the Criterion recognition. It is important for British film history to preserve the aspects of poor life in the 1960s, but I didn't feel it was a very good movie overall. Next up is The Piano Teacher, and I gave it 3.5 stars. This French language film might be considered out there for some people. The main character, Erica, is, you guessed it, a piano teacher for a university in Austria. She has some interesting character traits that you discover throughout the movie. While watching, I thought that Erica might be somewhere on the autism spectrum, close to the functional Asperger's side. She's generally without emotion and doesn't really react to the emotions of others, especially her piano students. Or when she does, it's with her own emotional outbursts. But she has great skill as a piano player. Erica has an abusive, codependent relationship with her mother and is also sexually repressed. She goes to peep shows and looks at pornographic magazines, but you can reason out that she's never experienced a healthy sexual relationship before, if any at all. Erica meets a younger man, Walter, who becomes obsessed with her and becomes one of her students. At first, Erica rebuffs Walter's desires, but eventually gives in and shares her sexual desires to be dominated, or at least her understanding of sexual domination. This turns Walter off, and now the roles are reversed. There are a lot of plot deals I'll let you discover on your own. I'm not sure what this movie is trying to say. I thought at first it was about a young woman who knew what she wanted in a relationship, but by the end you know that's not the case. It's definitely not a movie that celebrates fetish. Maybe it's about how obsession destroys us, but it really doesn't tell that story clearly either. There are things to like about this movie. It looks good, and the 2 leads are great, especially Isabelle Huppert. The director Michael Haneke definitely likes controversial, complicated stories, and this fits into his filmography. Next, we have Mickey 17, and I gave it 3.5 stars. Mickey 17 is a very funny movie. I had a good time watching it, but I never really felt the movie come together. Robert Pattinson is great as Mickey. He definitely creates 2 characters with Mickey 17 and 18. And I also like how the flashbacks are told from 17's perspective, so all the Mickeys are in his image. I thought Mike Ruffalo's character was enjoyably over the top. The teeth were a bit distracting, but later I thought of Tilda Swinton's character in Snowpiercer. What's the deal with Bong Joon-ho and teeth? The rest of the characters are good, but lack much to do. Stephen Yeun is wasted, and Toni Collette is strange. I felt like half the movie was exposition, too, and none of it explained Colette's character's obsession with sauce either. That didn't leave enough time to tell the story of Mickey 17 and 18. I was excited for this movie, but generally let down. There are great pieces here. They just don't add up to a cohesive picture. The next movie I have ranked is Lord of the Rings: War of the Rohirrim, and I gave it 3.5 stars. For me, this movie lands right in the center of Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings universe. It's not as good as the original trilogy, but I thought it was better than the bloated Hobbit trilogy. The animation was pretty good, but I've seen better anime. The characters were a little one dimensional, but I didn't mind while I was watching it. The story is good. It tells of a rebellion in Rohan. An exiled lord gathers the hill people to attack the king out of vengeance. Neither the king or the exile heed their advisors, and the people of Edoras retreat to what will, by the end of the movie, be known as Helm's Deep. There are some Two Towers parallels and possibly some setup for future movies. I wouldn't mind seeing more of the story that is there. This movie was a bit rushed, so the studio could keep the rights to Tolkien's work. If they take their time with it, they could do better. Maybe these stories would work better if they just went straight to streaming. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel for future reviews and to find out what's coming to a streaming service near you. Next on my list is Nightmare Alley, and I gave it 3 3/4 stars. Nightmare Alley does something that, when done really well, I love, but can ruin a movie for me. It's almost a complete circle. The performances are great. Though I've never really loved Rooney Mara, she is good here playing the innocent. What really makes this movie is the production design. Not only is it a noir reproduction, but it almost feels like Del Toro wanted it to look like it was filmed in the 40s too. My wife said that when they're outside, it feels like they're inside on a set. That's not untrue, but I think that's on purpose. It gives the film that 1940s feel. It didn't work for my wife, but it did for me. I almost wished it was in black and white. The costumes are great too, a well-deserved Oscar nomination. There is a major story problem for me. I think Bradley Cooper's character taking his first drink on screen happens without explanation, almost against character. His fall into alcoholism is quick, but that can be easily explained by an addictive personality. In the moment, the double cross feels out of place, but thinking back on it, it should probably be expected because of how the character uses their skills to gain power over others. This movie works for me, but I can see how it doesn't for others. If you like Del Toro's movies, you'll probably enjoy this one too. Next is Heretic, and I gave it 4 stars. This is a great movie. It's not a scary horror movie, but it is tense and creepy. Hugh Grant is amazing. I've never seen him like this before. The 2 women, Chloe East and Sophie Thatcher, are really good as well. I would like to see them more in the future. Grant's character tests the faith of the 2 women, who are Mormon missionaries, by putting them in a trap. There aren't a lot of twists and turns, but the tension is kept by knowing when everything will happen. There is one part at the end that I think is a little unbelievable, but it doesn't ruin the whole movie. This is a huge improvement over the directing team's last picture, 65. Next, I have The Whale, and I gave it 4.5 stars. The Whale is about a depressed man, Charlie, at the end of his life, not really dealing with the grief over his dead lover and the loss of the life Charlie gave up to be with him. The movie takes place over the course of a week. At the beginning of the movie, we find out that Charlie's health has gotten to a place of no return, and he sets out to make sure that his life has had some positive meaning. All of the performances in this movie are amazing. I didn't know Brendan Fraser had it in him to deliver this performance. It was a well-earned Oscar. Hong Chow also deserved her Oscar nomination as Charlie's nurse and friend. Sadie Sink plays Charlie's daughter. Her anger at her father for abandoning her is genuine, as much as she doesn't understand the whole situation. Samantha Morton has one scene as Charlie's ex-wife that deserved its own awards nominations. I haven't seen her this good since In America. The setting of Charlie's apartment is designed phenomenally. There's a drastic difference between the rooms that he uses and the one behind the locked door of his dead boyfriend's room. He shuts himself off from the outside world as much as he can, but still puts food out for the birds. It's a tragic movie, but well worth the emotional ride it takes you on. The last movie I have on this list is Ghostlight, and I gave it 5 stars. I gladly watched this movie through my tears. It was so moving. The pain felt by the main characters feels so real. This could be because the family on screen is also a family off screen. The cause of the pain is slowly revealed over the course of the movie. Each character is dealing with it differently. The father, Dan, is trying to move past his pain before he processes it. The daughter, Daisy, is acting out because no one acknowledges her pain. And the mother, Sharon, is trying to keep everyone together. Dan's pain shows itself in long stares that pull him out of what he's doing at work as a construction worker, and then extreme outbursts of yelling. This gets him in trouble, but also leads to his catharsis because a woman at a local theater troupe invites him to read a play. The play becomes what he needs to heal. The performances are great, even in the goofiness of the theater troupe. This was the most emotionally moving movie I've seen in a long time. It's well worth spending the 2 hours with these characters. That'll do it for this review video. If reviews aren't your thing, come back to check out what's coming to streaming services in May in a couple of weeks. Thanks, I'll see you again soon.